Hey, good morning. It is, pardon me, it is Thursday, October the 27th. Time for coffee with Woe. Hope everyone's having a fantastic day today. I'm pretty sure Cubs Nation is having a great day. Um, they did what was expected of them, and they went into a hostile environment, exerted their will, and took care of business. It doesn't hurt at all when you have a championship caliber TCU Horned Frog going out there and pitching a no-no through 5 2/3. So good on them, man. Um, that's really the thing about playoff baseball or playoff sports in general is that a couple of things happen. One is people knee jerk, and particularly in best of seven series, their team loses one game and they're looking for the highest object to jump off of. And the other thing that happens, and we see this a lot in hockey and in baseball to a lesser extent, is that if the right goalie or the right pitcher gets hot, you really don't have anything to say about the outcome of that game other than just trying to work that guy and make him throw as many balls as possible to get him tired. Because the way baseball is structured, if that pitcher is having a day, you're just not going to really get to influence the outcome a whole hell of a lot. And I think we saw that through 6 innings last night. So good on the Cubs, breaking Cleveland's serve, going back to the friendly confines. No DH, however, small ballpark. So it should be interesting. I don't think it's a 4-1 Cubs kind of thing. If anything, I see it going 6 games. But I think breaking Cleveland's serve and punking them out in their own house in a very convincing fashion will go a very long way. So good on them. I'm sure our buddy Health Connection is pretty stoked. Medax as well. He has true allegiance to the Cubs, not bandwagon allegiance. So they're having a good day. I'm having a good day as well. Today we get to pardon me. Today we have the privilege of volunteering at our daughter's school, and we're going to go in and show off a little apple tree she planted. And believe it or not, she started a little tiny apple seed. It wasn't even a heirloom apple. It was one of those hybrid apples, just something that Grandma got from the store. She planted a seed, and I'll be damned if the thing didn't grow. And she's got this little 6-inch tree thing going on right now. So we're going to take that into the class and show them, and then we're going to read to the kids. I'm putting out the call for assistance on that. I'm looking for age-appropriate books for 5 and 6-year-olds that will be kind of the Aesop's Fables thing, fun but with a lesson and with a message. Obviously, I can't talk with them the same way I talk to you folks about personal responsibility and how wealth is cake and not or candles and not cake and all that. So we need a little bit of help in terms of message books for 5 and 6-year-olds to keep them engaged. So if you have any suggestions, I'd love to hear them. But we get to do that today, and that is so cool for us. Because we have a situation in her class where we have a lot of young people that only have one parent. And that is a really tough thing. You don't even talk about, moral judgments. Oh my God, those people aren't married. Well, that's really none of your business. But it's a tough thing. As a parent of 2 kids, I really can't envision a scenario where I'm excited to do that by myself. Not only is it just a hell of a lot of work, and to expect one parent to do that with no break or no respite is a tough ask, but the children need the different types of input that a 2-parent situation can provide, particularly not to just go all traditionalist on you, but having a mom and having a dad. Because the difference, and this is really going to upset the SJW crowd, so if you're triggered easily, fuck off, you're on the wrong vlog. No, I'm playing, but, this may trigger you. Male and female parents do bring different things to the table. Primordially, in our brains, males and females are wired differently. They typically have different life experiences, and bringing that perspective to a child really does enhance them and gets them on a better foundation. And then if you have, a more traditional outlook on things, or that's the way things have played out for you, meaning, you know, mom may be in the home a little bit more, or is either choosing to stay home or is in a situation where she can stay home. And those traditional roles, mom would tend to be a little more of the nurturing and sensitivity type, and dad imparts those lessons about going out and killing it and dragging it home to the cave. Not necessarily, and I don't want to put anybody in a box, but that's typically, traditionally, how things went. That's how it was when I grew up. That's how it was for a lot of our friends and contemporaries. But regardless of whatever the roles are, having those two parents really is a big deal for the kid. And unfortunately, in our current situation over there, we have some young folks, particularly some young men, that are in a single parent scenario, and the overwhelming majority do not have a dad in the home, or a dad that is engaging with them on a regular basis, and that really sucks. So secretly, what we're all hoping comes to this, meaning myself, the teacher, and a couple people I've talked to, is that we'll start off going in there, reading to them and hanging out with them, and then over the course of the year, kind of try to plant a few mind vitamins and mentor some of these young people, particularly some of the young men that are without an active and engaged dad. And I'm obviously not volunteering to be anybody's dad, but I think that just having male influence and male contact will be a really, really good thing for them. And at that particular school, it's a really great school, and we're fortunate to have Imogen there, and good marks and all of that stuff. But there's only one male member of the faculty in the entire school. He is coach and has the pleasure of having full-time PE, which is a rarity these days. And so that is really about the only male influence these folks get from H3 every day. So we're going to go out there and try to help out with that. In terms of scheduling for the next couple of days, tonight we are scheduled. We are a go unless something goes wrong. I always have to qualify that, right? Because I'm self-employed and I got 3 ladies in my life. So I have maybe a bit more moving parts than some of those other folks that are full-time streamers, or streaming is their gig. That's not me. It's not going to be me anytime soon. I don't even want it to be me. But I do have more moving parts than some. So we are a go tonight, barring any unforeseen circumstances. The plan is to start our full Skyrim Enhanced Edition playthrough with DLC. And we've all played Skyrim, or most of us have. We've cleared it. We've had fun with it. I am guilty of never having touched the DLC. I've ran multiple builds through there and theory crafted and spent my few hundred hours on there that I won't get back. But I've never touched the DLC. So we're going to do that tonight if it unlocks properly, and if I can make a go of it without some of my favorite mods being available. And I'm not one that goes in for the underwear mods, the Lake and Nady mods, or the lightsaber mods. I'm not worried about stuff like that. I don't want to alter gameplay mechanics, and candidly, I live with enough women. I don't need to see any of them naked on my computer screen. Leave that to somebody else. That can be their cross to bear. But there are some modifications that pertain to user interface and usability that I would have a really hard time being without, and there's a very, very good chance that those are not going to be readily available. So we'll see. I reserve the right to cry like a little schoolgirl, but that is the plan. If that doesn't pan out, it's a new product in terms of all the modifications they've made. So you go into it expecting a little bit of toe stubbing. So if we toe stub with it, we'll definitely do something, whether it's Grim Dawn or ESO. We'll have a stream tonight. Or Friday night, my wife is entertaining guests. However, they usually bugger off about 9 o'clock. So if things are going well, I may do a unscheduled or a surprise stream on Friday. Saturday, TCU is playing the Texas Tech Tortilla Tossers. Go Frogs. That is a 2:30 kickoff in the great city of Fort Worth. I will be taking some food over and catering part of that tailgate. So I will be up at 0600 on Saturday to take some food units over there and get to the stadium by probably 10 or 11. Tailgate, have a few pops, watch the game, and then I have to be back by 8 o'clock for Kid Patrol. And Kid Patrol means she's in bed by 8:30 or 9, and Saturday's turn-based Tsunami night. I don't see us missing that. I see that being a go. So we will see y'all on Thursday, very likely see y'all on Saturday as scheduled, and then possibly on Friday. Do hit our friend streams. Health Connection is back in service today, and I'm sure he'll have a lot to say after the Cubs took care of things handedly behind the arm of the mighty horned frog, Jake Arrieta. Obviously, our friends in the afternoon will be around. Hit us up on Twitter, and please, 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 if you have any suggestions for age-appropriate books, ages 5 to 6, 5 to 7, that can teach a lesson without being preachy and still keep the children engaged, I'm all for it, because I read to my kid, but I don't do well reading in public, and you know, my source material is not going to be cool for them. They're probably not going to be into military history or firearms manuals or football playbooks. So I could use a little bit of help from my depth. Motivating young people and talking with them is no big deal, but being told that you must read this. No, okay then, help. Anyway, we'll catch y'all next time. Thanks for hanging out. Coffee with Will.